My first impression of Mr. Larry.
First impression,
that he was crazy.
Dang, he bald.
I thought I was getting on his nerves.
He's the coolest. Everything about him, his walk, his talk.
But the first time I met him, I was convinced he did not like me. He had this mean mug about him.
Very patient. He was patient. I kept calling him about the job and calling him.
My first impression of Mr. Larry was kind of intimidating.
My first impression was when I interviewed with Mr. Larry.
My first Mr. Larry was doing his Christmas party and stuff, and I guess the kids acted up so bad. And
I could tell there was hesitation with him, but I had to let him know, don't be fooled by this blazer and these heels. I can hang with Stop 6, and I'm glad he gave me the opportunity.
About 5 hours, get all these presents wrapped and everything, so I guess the kids cut up, and he gave them to Calvin. And I didn't mind him just giving the gifts away because the kids was kind of hard, and disrespectful, but I didn't much work I put in there. I said, this man must be crazy.
Oh, I thought he was mean because he was so tall, bald, and dark.
I can remember when I first met Mr. Larry, and he said to me, you gotta let me know when you're using my van. And I'm going, well, who is this man? Does this van belong to him?
I was first Mr. Larry, he was in the gym and they kept calling me. I was like, kept being loud and stuff. And he was like, y'all shut y'all jamming, Brown. It was so funny.
You know, I find out what type of person Mr. Larry was, and I forgave him for me hurt my back and having these back problems and all those kind.
If I had to describe Mr. Larry in 3 words.
Describe Mr. Larry in 3 words.
3 words to describe Mr. Larry is hardworking, dependable, and caring.
Stop 6 mayor.
Servant-hearted, admirable, and consistent.
He's consistent, a pillar of wisdom, and inspirational.
Hardworking, consistent, and dependable.
Kind, caring, and persistent.
He loves Jesus, and he shows that by what he does, and how he serves, and how he leads.
Mr. Larry is...
Mr. Larry is very caring.
my brother from old school. Be a great man of God.
Mr. Larry is a positive role model.
Role model, teacher, and inspiration for so many club staff, kids, and families.
Mr. Larry is a father figure.
True pioneer for just compassion for people.
Mr. Larry is honorable.
Mr. Larry's Mr. Larry.
He's wonderful and respectful. Mr. Larry is a lovable person that you can really trust in your heart. He is the best. Mr. Larry is really funny. Mr. Larry has integrity. Mr. Larry is kind and obedient.
Best roommate ever on work trips. I appreciate all those prayers and never felt so holy as when we got back from those trips.
Mr. Larry sometimes yells, but he doesn't mean. He just wants us to be quiet and listen to him so we can know the instructions.
Stay the real G of the Boys and Girls Club, Eastside Girls it is, gang, gang, gang.
Mr. Larry never has a bad day.
He is cool because he let us play foosball and games and stuff.
What do you hope for Mr. Larry in his next season?
And he can give people hugs.
That he continues to find new inspiration.
That he will complete the task that God had for him to complete concerning the youth.
I hope he goes back to the NFL.
I hope and I wish that in your next season you find rest and that you continue to enjoy it with your family.
Every Wednesday to visit me at 12 o'clock so he can bring me lunch. Every Wednesday, 12 o'clock, bring me lunch.
I hope that Mr. Larry has from here on is to continue to mentor the youth of the community.
The kids gonna remember Mr. Larry forever, especially The Rock, the rod of correction.
Things that I think of when it says legacy of Larry is commitment to youth, commitment to children, commitment to people, and his ability to teach them about the Word, the Lord, and lead them to do and make good decisions.
Man, I can't believe he leaving. It's crazy because when I came to the club, I was like 7. Now I'm like 18.
Just the fact that he asked about my day, kept me in sports.
Mr. Larry was not only my branch director, he became my dad.
Mr. Larry taught me more than anything else. We may not all be relatives, but we're still family. That has personally impacted my life because I grew up without a father, and that was something I just accepted and thought I would never have in my life. And that was until I came to the Eastside Boys and Girls Club.
Mr. Larry have always taught us to do right.
He was always in my ear about going to school and playing ball.
He always reminded us just because somebody did you wrong don't mean you have to do something wrong back.
Showed me how to be a young man, well, black young man in the neighborhood that, you know, where black young men don't survive that long here. I thought I had to do this, bro. I thought he's gonna be around forever, bro.
Thank you for everything that you are to me, to the club, to the community.
Thank you for being my friend and mentor for the last 11 years and showing me what this work is really about. We love you.
We're gonna miss you. We love you.
Thank you, Mr. Larry. It's been a true honor to work with you, to get to know you, and to learn from you.
Thank you, Mr. Larry, for everything. You know, church on Sundays, the word of God.
Where I started with you, and you saw something in me, and you believed in me, and you gave me a shot. And I know that's the story for so many other kids, so many other staff, and so many people in the community.
The greatest club director of all time.
You took the role that my daddy didn't feel, which I just still had my dad in my life, but it was always definitely like a second dad. Mr. Larry, I love you and you will be missed.
You've helped me really become a strong young woman, and you've been a father figure in my life when I didn't have one. Just thinking of you, it still gives me that motivation to keep going, and like, you really just mean a lot to me, so I really thank you and I love you.
Thank you, Mr. Larry, for being there with me my whole life. I appreciate you very much for helping me with things that wasn't being able to be helped when I was at home.
Mr. Larry, I love you, and you have known me for 10 years, and you have looked over me and my sister. So, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Larry, for caring for me and letting me come in the club when I was 5 years old, and I appreciate everything that you did for me.
Thank you for everything that you've done for me. You've known that a father figure was something that I lacked in my life, and you stepped right in and became that and so much more to me. You've been my support system throughout high school and while I've been in college, and I always know that if I need anything, I can always pick up the phone and call you.
Thank you, Mr. Larry, for encouraging us being the Eastside Boys and Girls Club best staff member.
I appreciate you for everything you did for me, and I love you, and I hope to see you many more times after this.
Thank you, Mr. Larry, for being there for me.
You have been a great inspiration to me in the short time that I've known you. You're a wonderful person, and you'll truly be missed.
Thank you, Mr. Larry, for everything that you've done for my kids, for me, and for all the kids at the club. We'll never forget you. Love you.
That's all I got right there. That's crazy.
You'll be missed, and Eastside won't be the same without you, but we'll continue to carry your legacy out.
We love you, Mr. Larry.
Thank you, Mr. Larry.
We love you, Mr. Larry. Thank you, Mr. Larry.
Thank you, Mr. Larry.
Don't forget to come every Wednesday, 12 o'clock, and bring me lunch. Love you.
Congratulations. Happy retirement.
Mr. Larry, we appreciate you for all the things that you do, because without you, we would have been on the news. So this song is for you. It is. So how much we appreciate you. We love you, Mr. Larry.
You know.
Three words about Mr. Larry.
I'm not special.
I'm trying to get on the light because you know I'm dark.
Clean tech, the sharp as a needle. Stop.
You better stop. You better come keep me on this test thing, or
Let's run to get out.
We'll miss you, Mr. Larry.
I'm like, where's she going?
Three words about Mr.
you
Larry.
better do some other time. Right now I'm busy.
Always busy.
And I I got one track mind, and this whole thing I got. This on mine I got now. Do this test. Training, what you wanna call it?
Stop interrupting me.
Thank you, Mr. Larry. No, you did it wrong.
Stop it! Do not record this.
I'm not.
You wanna do it 3 words or 4 words?
4 is fine.
Let's see.
This is crazy. That's an inside joke. Okay, let me refilm that part because that's gonna be fun.
Even though we'll overcook his grits sometimes, but he always held it down.
How we looking? Medium gloss.
Okay, go.
Go and do what? You ain't asked questions yet.
Thank you, Mr. Larry, for showing me the Boys and Girls Club. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Say something.
Thank you.
That's it?
I don't know what you want me to say. I'm holding a ceramic plate with a picture of Larry and on this plate. Look at the picture of Larry. Larry, thank you. This is in memory of you right here. God bless you. God keep you. Larry.